So you recently got a new job, a new role, or the promotion you have been waiting for so long to get. You're excited because you believe you can really contribute a few things you know well, and also because you are looking forward to continuing to grow professionally. But something doesn't seem right. Your new supervisor, manager, or boss is not guiding you the way you were expecting. You are feeling a little lost and maybe unsure about how you can add value because you are not getting feedback. You only hear from your boss when they need something done. Your coworkers are supported. They offer their help, but nothing compares to the mentoring and feedback experience you were looking forward to getting with this change. Sounds familiar? It does to me because I have been there. And I can tell you for sure that most professionals have experienced this at one point or maybe many times in their careers. This is not an uncommon situation. There is nothing wrong with you and very possibly nothing wrong with your boss either. Different people have different management styles. Some are too busy. Some people pay attention to details but are not great at sharing those details with you. There are so many variations of what could be happening right now. I can't tell you exactly what it is, but I can tell you how to turn things around. I'm going to share with you two strategies that are powerful on their own, but together they are even better: managing up and reverse mentoring. Let's start with some definitions so we are on the same page. Managing up means actively working to understand your boss's goal, communication style, pressures, and priorities, and then aligning your work and your approach to support those needs, not just your own. It is not about managing your boss, it's about managing the relationship. Now, reverse mentoring is when the less senior person, you, intentionally shares their knowledge, perspective, and expertise upward with their manager or leader. It is mentoring in the reverse direction and is more powerful than most people realize. Let me share something personal. When I was about 26 years old, I had a boss who was very busy. I was a bit insecure about my abilities. In some way, I was confident because I knew I could do the work if I set my mind to it. Most of my life, I have been very determined, but I had a lot of insecurities because in that job, I was being trained in something I had never done before. So I expected my boss to guide me through every single step of the process, but he was too busy to do that. Every day, I was a nervous wreck until I figured out that I needed to build my own confidence. I started taking a lot of the learning on my own hands. Looking back now, I understand what he was doing. He was pushing me to get out of my comfort zone. And through his management style, intentional or not, he taught me some of the biggest lessons of my life. Later, because I had shed so many of those fears, I was able to open my first business. But that is a story for another time. What I want to tell you is this. When I eventually went back into the workforce, first supporting senior financial executives and later in other roles, I was again in fields I knew little about. I still had my perseverance, but now I was more confident and I knew things my bosses didn't. That was actually the reason why they hired me. In those roles, I had to learn how to manage up, not in the sense of managing my bosses, but in the sense that I had to actively work to understand their goals, their communication style, their pressures, and their priorities. And then again, my work and my approach to support those needs, not just my own. I believe it's what allowed me to build great working relationships, ones built on understanding that flow both ways. And here is what I know to be true. When you manage up, your boss spends less time worrying, less time micromanaging, and more time trusting you. And that's where appreciation starts. So where does reverse mentoring come in? Traditionally, mentoring is understood as going in one direction. The senior person shares wisdom with the junior person. Experience flows down. Reverse mentoring flips that. You, as the less senior person, share your knowledge, your perspective, your expertise with your boss. And here is why that matters. Your boss doesn't know everything that you know. They may be newer to a technology you use every day. They may not have visibility into what is actually happening on the front lines. They may be missing a perspective that only you carry. When you offer that proactively, respectfully, and skillfully, you stop being just a direct report. You become a thought partner, and thought partners are recognized. Here is a simple example. Let's say your team has been adopting a new project management tool, and you have become the go-to person for it. Your manager is not comfortable with it. They avoid it, which slows everything down. Instead of waiting for training to happen or being quietly frustrated, you simply say, "Hey, I have gotten pretty familiar with this platform. Would it be useful if I walk you through the features we use the most? It will take maybe 20 minutes. That is reverse mentoring. You are not showing off, you are not overstepping. You are contributing, you are solving a problem before it becomes one. And your boss remembers who made their life easier. Now, let's talk about something that is hard to say out loud. What if your boss is younger than you? Maybe significantly younger. Maybe they have less experience in your field. Maybe you have been doing this work since they were in elementary school, and yet they are your manager. This dynamic is becoming more and more common, and it can bring up real feelings, frustrations, confusion, and maybe resentment. That is human. But here's what I want you to hear. This is actually the ideal setup for reverse mentoring, if you choose to see it that way. A younger manager often brings fresh energy, new frameworks, and digital fluency, but they may lack the institutional knowledge, the emotional depth, or the hard-won lessons that come from years in the field. You have those. The question is, not why is this person my boss? The right question is, how do I make this relationship work for both of us? When you offer your experience without ego, when you share what you know as a resource, not as a proof of superiority, something shifts. Your boss starts to rely on your perspective. They bring you into conversations earlier. They advocate for you because you have made them better. That is not losing, that is leading, regardless of where you sit in the organization chart. So how do you actually begin? Start by paying attention. Notice what your boss struggles with, what slows them down, where they seem to lack information or context. That is your opening. Then offer what you have simply and without ceremony. Not as a performance, but as an honest contribution. Managing up through reverse mentoring is really saying, I see you, I want us both to succeed, and I am willing to invest that. That message lands, whether your boss has 20 years on you or 20 years less. You deserve to be seen at work, not just for what you produce, but for who you are and what you bring. Managing up is how you take ownership of that relationship. Reverse mentoring is how you make yourself unforgettable. If you want to explore how to build these skills within your team or your organization, I would love to talk. Visit my website or click on the link below to schedule a conversation. Until next time, and don't forget, lead with intention.